two forces act at 120 degree, out of the two forces, one is bigger and one is smaller, means the forces are not equal. So the bigger force is of 40 Newton, and the condition given here is important, and the resultant of the two forces, that is perpendicular to the smaller force, Now the condition is given, and you have to find the smaller force. You do have to find the smaller force. Now this is a numerical. So how you are going to solve this? First of all, you should write the solution. In that solution, first of all, you write down the given values. Which values you have been given? You have been given that there are two forces, P and Q. Okay. Out of which the bigger force is P is equal to 40 Newton, while as smaller force is Q, which is perpendicular to the resultant. Okay, so Q is perpendicular to R. Q is perpendicular to R. R is nothing but the resultant. And after writing the given, you have to write the to find, means which thing you have to find. So you have to find the smaller force, that is Q is equal to how much. Now after that, how you are going to solve this? By using the law of parallelogram. We get, but first of all, you have to draw diagram. You have to draw the diagram. So the diagram is simple, that there are two forces, one is P and second one is Q, and third one is the R, which is nothing but the resultant. Okay. So this one is P. P is equal to 40 Newton. This one is Q, which you have to find, and the next one is the resultant. Now which thing has been given? That the angle between these two is the 90 degree. Angle between Q and R is 90 degree. So that you have to show here. Here this angle is 90 degree. That you have to show here. Okay. Now after that, in law of parallelogram, you have been given the one special formula for the tan of alpha. Okay, and what is the alpha? Alpha is nothing but the angle made by resultant with the horizontal x-axis, and your x-axis is nothing but here, which is parallel to your force P. This is nothing but your x-axis. So angle made by resultant with the horizontal x-axis is your angle alpha, and you are having the formula for this, right? So before proceeding, you have to find the alpha, but you have been also given the angle made by P with Q. So this angle is also been given to you, and this angle is your 120 degree. Angle made by P with Q, and that angle we called it as a theta. We called it as a theta. So therefore theta is equal to 120 degree, and you have to find the alpha. So how you will find the alpha? Alpha is equal to 120 degree minus 90 degree. 120 degree minus 90 degree. This will be nothing but your value of alpha. So in this way you have found out this value of alpha, which is equal to 120 minus 90 is equal to 30 degree. Okay, now the formula for your tan of alpha will be q sine of theta, which has been given with reference to the law of parallelogram. Okay, q sine theta upon p plus q cos of theta. So this formula you are going to use to find the tan of angle alpha. So this formula is been given with reference to the law of parallelogram. Okay, now you have to put the values which has been given, right? One more value is given, that is equal to your theta is equal to 120 degree. This value is also given. Okay, now put these values in this equation. Tan of 30 is equal to tan of 30 is equal to q sine of theta. We don't know the value of q. Q sine of theta, and value of theta is here given 120 degree, divided by P plus Q. The value of P is 40 Newton plus value of Q is unknown, multiplied by cos of theta, and again theta is equal to 120 degree. So now put the values here. Okay, now you have to solve this equation. You have to find the tan of 30. Okay, you can find all these values on your calcs. Okay, so 0.577 is the value of tan of 30 is equal to q sine of 120. So the value of sine of 120 is 0.866 multiplied by q. You have to solve this on your calcs. Okay, divided by 40 plus q cos of 120. Now cos of 120 degree is equal to minus 0.5. Cos of 120 degree is equal to minus 0.5. So therefore 40 minus 0.5 q. 40 minus 0.5. So after that you have to change the what you have to change LHS and RHS. Okay, you have to change it. You have to shift these things. Okay, you can change it like this. So after changing, you will get, after changing means replacing the denominator by 0.577, you will get 40 minus 0.5q is equal to 0.866q divided by 0.577, which results into 1.5 multiplied by q. Okay, this you can solve it on your calcs. After that, again solving it further, 1.5q plus 0.5q will result into 2q, and therefore at final you will get q is equal to 20 Newton. So this value you get at the end. So this is your answer. Okay. So these type of small questions can be asked for 2 marks in your exam, which is going to happen in multiple choice questions way, multiple choice manner. Hopefully, you get ample amount of time to solve this type of numerical. So therefore, a practice is required, right? These formulas you should be well versed with. You should know these formulas very well. Tan of alpha is equal to q sine theta upon p plus q cos of theta. R square is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos of theta. So this thing you should know, and these things has been repeated many times. Okay. After that, moving further, let's move further for the next question. I hope that you are solving the numericals given in homework. Find the magnitude of two forces such that if they act at right angles to each other, their resultant is under root of 10. Under root of, their resultant is under root of 10. Okay. Newton. Unit is Newton. But if they act at 60 degrees with each other, then their resultant is under root of 13 Newton. Under root of 13 Newton. So we have to find the two forces. Okay. So this is the numerical that we are going to solve. Now use the same method to solve this. First of all, write down the given values. That a condition has been given that the magnitude of two forces such that if they act at right angles, their resultant is root 10. If they act at 60 degrees, their resultant is 13 Newton. Okay. So therefore, two angles are given here. That is theta 1 equal to 90 degree and theta 2 equal to 60 degree. Theta 1 and theta 2. Okay. These two things are given. Okay. Now, along with that, you have been given R1 is equal to root 10 and R2 is equal to root 13. Okay. So this thing you have been given. Now, how you are able to solve this numerical? You assume these forces as P and Q. You have to assume these forces. Okay. Before that, you have to also write the to find that which thing you have to find. So P and Q are you can write that magnitude of two forces. Magnitude of two forces is equal to how much? This thing you have to find. After that, in solution, you can write that assume P and Q are the two forces. Assume P and Q are the two forces. Now, after that, what thing you can use simply here as the two forces are given? You can use simply here as law of parallelogram. So you can write here by using law of parallelogram. We get this thing you have to write. Okay, don't skip this. In subjective paper, in objective paper, you can solve it on your own, means you can solve it on rough page also. Okay, but if the paper is subjective, you have to write this thing that 2 PQ cos of theta. You have to write this. R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Now for condition 1, what is the thing given? That your angle is 90 degree. So theta 1 is 90 degree. So therefore, what will happen? If the two forces are perpendicular, then cos of 90 will be equal to 1. Cos of 90 will be equal to sine of 0, and sine of 0 will be equal to 0. So therefore, cos of 90 will be equal to 0. And therefore, this term 2PQ cos of theta, this term will become 0. 2PQ cos of theta. And we will get the expression R square is equal to P square plus 2Q square if your theta is 90 degree here in this case. Okay. So therefore, what we will do, we will have the expression for case 1. R square is equal to P square plus Q square for case 1. For case 1, or what you can say that for given condition 1, you can write anything. Okay. Now, for second condition, for first condition, you can write the expression as P square plus Q square is equal to square of root 10, and that is equal to 10. Okay. So you can write it like this. You can also give it as expression number 1. You can give it as expression number 1. Okay. Now after that, you can write it as for case 2 or for condition 2, we'll get R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of 60. R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of 60 degree, and cos of 60 degree is equal to sine of 30, and sine of 30 will be equal to 1 by 2. So therefore, this 1 by 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and therefore we'll get only PQ here. Only PQ. Okay. So therefore, this is your expression 2. This is your expression. So you can write it here that from 1 and 2, we will get from 1 and 2 we get from 1 and 2 we get what you have to do now here. You have to put this value P square plus Q square is equal to 10 here. Okay. Also for case 2, your R is equal to under root of 30. So therefore R square will be equal to 13 for case 2. Also you have to put this P square plus Q square whole expression into here. P square plus Q square. You can substitute this value here. P square plus Q square is equal to 2. 10 you can put here. So therefore you will get 13 is equal to this expression 2 we are writing. 13 is equal to P square plus Q square equal to 10 plus PQ plus PQ. So therefore eventually what we will get that your PQ is equal to 3. PQ is equal to 3, right? So therefore, we can put this value in the expression 1. So put PQ is equal to 3 in equation 2. In equation 2. Okay. Or you can have the equation separate equation in R square, or you can have the square of P plus Q whole bracket square. This is the expression that we can use. Rather than the expression number or equation number 1 and 2, you can expand the P plus Q whole bracket square. So therefore, P plus Q whole bracket square will be equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of 2PQ. Only we will get here 2PQ for this equation, right? So therefore, we can put this PQ here. We can put this PQ here. Okay. So therefore, P plus Q whole bracket square will be equal to P plus Q whole bracket square will be equal to P square plus Q square. But we know that P square plus Q square is equal to 10. And 2PQ, we know that PQ is equal to 3. So therefore, 2PQ is equal to 6, right? So therefore, P plus Q whole bracket square, P plus Q whole bracket square will be equal to 16. And therefore, P plus Q will be equal to 4, right? P plus Q will be equal to 4, right? So therefore, by using the equation number PQ is equal to 3 and P plus Q is equal to 4, you can term this equation as equation number 3 and equation number 4. You can get P is equal to 3 and Q is equal to 1. This thing we are getting here. So we are able to get the two values here. P